to the ICAR lecture series under this Azadi Amrit Mahotsav. As you know, it's a very important activity of ICAR in addition to many other activities which we have taken to commemorate the 75 years of India's independence. And under this series, we have completed already the 40 lectures, and today is the 41st lecture by Mr. Vilas Shinde, who is the Chairman and Managing Director of the Sayadri Farmers Producer Company Limited. Mr. Shinde, thank you very much for accepting our invitation to deliver this lecture. This lecture is attended by senior officers of ICAR, many vice chancellors, the assistant director generals, and the senior faculty from the universities. In addition to this, we also live stream this on the ICAR Facebook, YouTube, and there is another customized site on which we just request persons to attend. Friends, today's lecture is very important lecture. This is FPC movement, Farmer Producer Company movement, challenges and way forward. Mr. Vilas Shinde, who is going to deliver this talk, is the currently MD and Chairman of this Sayadri Farmers Producer Company Limited. He has created a successful farmer-owned and operated value chain for the fruits and vegetable for the small and marginal farmers from Nashik, making their farming profitable and sustainable. A farm-to-fork integrated model focusing productivity, quality, cost reduction, finance, post-harvest logistics, and marketing has helped to enhance efficiency at all levels in the value chains and ultimately helped to boost farmers' income, consolidated its position as one of the leading fresh fruits, vegetable exporter and processor. This company is a leading grape exporter from India since last 5 years with close to 1,500 container grape exports to Europe, Russia and Middle East, and is also one of the largest tomato processors in India, manufacturing Kisan ketchup for HUL. Looking at the dire need for the direct consumer linkages for the Indian farmers, this company has ventured into its own retail chain for fruits, vegetables, and processed products. Simultaneously, it is also expanding its footprints in B2B sale of fruits and vegetables across India. Under the leadership of Mr. Vilas Shinde, this company is connected to more than 15,000 farmers and 29,960 acres area is under various crops and aims to reach 25,000 acres, 25,000 farmers, which may include small and marginal farmers, and over 50,000 acres of area in the coming period. That is his vision. And Mr. Vilas, he is from a small farmer background from village Adgaon near Nashik, and he did his post-graduation from the MPKV Rahuri, did various experiments in agriculture and allied activities. His experience and witnessed the critical challenges of agriculture and agribusiness closely. With over 2-acre grape orchard, formed a small farmer group of 10 farmers and started grape exports in 2004. So he has a long experience. In 2010, took a decision to constitutionalize this grape exporting activity into a farmer community owned model, and thus Sayadri Farmers Producers Company was born. He is the board member in the Central Advisory Committee of Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, and also in the State Agriculture Export Policy Department of Cooperation, Marketing and Textile, Maharashtra. Thank you very much, Mr. Vilasi, for accepting our invitation again, and I welcome you for this platform. It's a very important lecture series in which we have in the past lectures from many eminent speakers. The Chief Economic Advisor, we had Professor R.B. Singh, we had from on the motivational lectures from C.C. Ravi Shankar, and many more such leaders. And in that series, we request again to you to take the floor and please deliver your talk. So over to you, Mr. Vilas.
Thank you, sir. First of all, thank you yourself ICR and also all the respected dignitaries who are present here to listen me and the topic specifically on the today's agriculture. We know that farmer producer company, which is becoming one important factor in Indian agriculture. So thank you all of you for giving me this opportunity and being present here to listen me. Sir, I'm going to share my presentation.
Yes, please.
Can you allow me to share it?
It is allowed already.
Okay.
You can go to share screen and
Yes. Is it visible, sir?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Basically, all we know that Indian agriculture is actually a business done by small and marginal farmers. 90% our farmers are either small or marginal farmers category, and that itself is a one big challenge in India and also on the global front to survive with the small land. How we can compete in the global market. So basic the land holding pattern in India is one of the big challenge in Indian agriculture. The land holding is day by day shrinking due to the increasing population. Currently, we know that our 90% farmers are either having 1 hectare land or below that. So that is one big challenge before Indian agriculture, how to make the small and marginal farms viable. Then another is unpredicted weather, which is also one big challenge before the global agriculture, specifically in India. We are observing continuous different situations because of the global warming, unseasonal rain, hailstorms, or the drought conditions. So this is a continuous challenges faced by Indian agriculture since last few years. One big challenge that the capital drain out from agriculture is happening since from the British regime, and also after independence also we have observed that capital is continuously drain out from the agriculture. One side we are expecting that capital should come in agriculture, capital should attract towards Indian agriculture in the different ecosystems level. But currently we are facing that farmers are not having capacity to infuse capital for the further growth of agriculture business, and also the other sources, other resources, they are also not having inclination to put capital in Indian agriculture. That is a one big challenge we are facing since last few years. Lack of infrastructure and resources, specifically on the post-harvest side and on the market side, we have basic challenge of infrastructure, standard infrastructure, and also sufficient infrastructure for handling the product in better way, whether it is in the form of warehouses, storages, or processing facilities. And also on the marketing infrastructure side, the traditional infrastructure, APMC markets are not having strength to handle the producing better way, and that is having a direct impact on the farmer's income. So if you see the challenges at different level, farm level challenges, then post-harvest challenges, and also the marketing level challenges, we have some specific observations. At farm level, due to the small scale, we have this common issue, low productivity in most of our crops, whether it is cereal, pulses, oil seeds, or even in horticulture crops. Compared to the other part of the globe, we have low productivity issue in most of the crops. Then inconsistent product quality is one big challenge. One side we are working in global market now. After globalization, product is any commodity is actually moving from any small part of the world to the other part of the world, and because of that, a lot of world global products are coming in Indian market, and even Indian agriculture produce are also exported to different countries. But compared to other nation, we have quality related inconsistency issue. That as a consumer is expecting the global standard now. So to how to achieve that global standard for all our product. So that is a one still big issue in most of the agriculture commodities. Inconsistent income and or assured income for the small and marginal farmer is one big issue. I think that is the most critical issue in Indian agriculture, as we are not assuring the income. We are giving minimum support price, but the assured income, which will give the minimum living standard for the farmers, small and marginal farmers family with 6 to 8 members in existing scenario. I think that is a one big issue, and that's why most of the farmers, they are leaving the farming, and they are migrating from farming to other sector, from rural area to the urban area. So how we can assure the certain income which will give the living standard. I think that is a most important challenge before um, uh, before our economy or before our nation. Input availability, quality input, and also at affordable level. That is one big challenge. One we know that now we are pushing our farmers towards organic farming, towards natural farming. But accordingly, then the quality agri input, which will give the productivity improvement and also quality improvement with the organic way. So for that, the quality input availability with the consistent quality and also the affordable price. So that is the one big challenge which we need to address. Unavailability of the quality planting material, specifically in horticulture crops. This is a one big challenge that the nurseries which are providing the inputs or planting materials need to be certified, need to give the quality of planting material. High cost of production is becoming the major challenge. We know that due to the different factors, whether it is a fuel cost or whether it is a labor cost or whether it is any other resources cost, all the costs are day by day increasing, and accordingly productivity is not increasing, and that is actually impacting on the high cost of production per unit. And now because of the this high cost of production, we are not globally competitive, though we have cheap labors, but the productivity is not as per the global standard, and that's why the per kg productivity cost of production is increasing. So that is a challenge also we need to address properly. Weak finance system. We know currently government is giving a lot of priority for agriculture finance, and recently a lot of investment and also the bank has given instructions to give farmers finance support at different level, but the sufficient finance availability is one big challenge. Other than government finance institute, the private finance or the other channels of finance need to explore for small and marginal farmers ecosystem. Crop insurance problems, we know that farmers are not satisfied with the existing crop insurance schemes. A lot of challenges or a lot of actually the issues are faced in crop insurance implementation scheme. Farmers and also the insurance companies, they are struggling to solve the insurance related day by day challenges. Unskilled force, whether it is at the farm level production or as a farmer. So that is again one big issue. Farmers are not properly skilled for their day-to-day problems handling. Most of the farmers, they have the skills for the production level activity, but there are other skills, that the management skills or the finance management skills, or whether it is a marketing management skills. So that is a big issue at a small farmers level. Along with the farm level, we have multiple challenges at product value addition level. We know because of the inadequate post-harvest facilities, lot of agriculture commodities are going in waste. Average 8 to 18% agriculture commodities are wasted just because of the inadequate post-harvest facilities. Lack of capable professionals for post-harvest management and with the technical skill and also management skill. So that is one big issue. The students who pass out from the agriculture universities, they are not interested to do career in agriculture. That is a major issue with in all the states. So capable professionals at post-service level is one big gap. Then also the continuous research and development, which need to be happening post-service activity. There also we have weak linkages, and again the skill development is also one big gap. The most important challenges we are facing on the marketing side, on the sales side, where the farmers is not directly connected with the consumer. There are multiple layers in between farmer and consumer. So the direct to consumer approach, that is one important need. We need to explore to improve the farmers' income. Then the weak global linkages. We have huge potential for our agriculture commodities like fruit and vegetables, meat, then dairy, and also in other crops like medicinal crops or agroforestry. We have huge potential for export, but that linkages we need to make in the bigger way, in the strong approach like China, where we need to have an approach to capture the global market. Unorganized domestic wholesale trade is one another important factor. We have currently the marketing APMC market systems at every taluka level, at every district level, and through the most of the trade is happening. 90% agriculture commodity trade is still happening through the APMC channel, and at that APMC level, because of the multiple layers, so farmers they are always having the issues on the price discovery side, also on the right on the payment terms. So there are multiple issues in APMCs which need to address properly. Then the poor domestic retail network. We know though in most of the developed countries like Europe and USA, retail market is organizing now in a bigger way. Almost 70-80% retail business in Europe and USA or other developed countries is properly organized, and that is actually giving the impact on farmers' net return, and also on the consumer is getting better options or competition to on the product availability and also on the price side. So that helps to improve the efficiency on the overall ecosystem side. So in India also, we need organized retail networks. Currently, we are just 3 to 4% organized network. Then scattered processing is one big challenge on the value chains front end side. That processing is happening in independently. It is happening in silos. Actually, the approach need to have the one-point solution for the farmer, whether it is for the fresh handling or for the processing. And if it is like in milk, the milk is handled for the fresh and process purpose in the same facility. So that is not happening in most of the agricultural commodities. Most of the processing activities are actually operated in silos. So that is the one important challenge. No brand building, brand creation in agriculture, most of the agriculture commodities. So I think that is a one big challenge which we need to address. Like Amul, the brand which is which has created in milk and which has given benefit to the almost 40 lakh small milk farmers in Gujarat. So same approach is also one important factor we need to address for other agriculture commodities. Farmer producer companies. We know that all these challenges, so it's very difficult to handle by a small farmer. As an individual farmer, if you see he's not having the capacity to handle all these multiple challenges at farm level or post-service level and marketing level. Understanding that he's now in.
Yes, you can again connect your slides, please.
Just 2 minutes. Is it visible? Hello?
Not yet. Now it is visible.
Okay. Sorry for the network issue. Just 2 minutes. Okay. Okay.
You can put it in the projection mode. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So basically we need to understand why there is a need to form the farmer producer organization, whether it is a cooperative or whether it is a producer company or any other format like a self-help group. We know that as an individual farmer, it's very difficult to handle all these challenges, whether it is on the farm level challenges or post-service challenges or marketing level challenges. As an individual farmer, basic important factor is that the farmer is not having negotiation power, and with the economies of scale, with the small scale, it's actually a very a big issue. We need a big scale economy where he can have that proper control on the agriculture value chain and different aspect. So that problem we need to address, whether it is different market related access market related issues, or whether it is technology access or infrastructure access. So all that is possible on the big scale only, and at the small scale it's challenging.
Sorry to interrupt you. Still, it is not in full screen mode. Your slides are not moving.
Okay, no, I kept on actually on the presentation mode only.
We are watching your third slide only.
This one, na?
No,
Now
it is.
Now it's okay.
Now it's okay, na?
Yeah.
It's moving now. So as a small farmer, he's always gets exploited, and that's why he's making losses and become deprived situation for the small and marginal farmers. So I think this problem we can address with the proper scale, and the scale is possible only with the farmer collective. If the farmers are coming together, and at collective level, if they are handling the common challenges, so definitely we can have a solution for this problem. And though in spite of the small scale, the small farmers, they can compete in the global market. So that's why it's a need of hour to promote farmer collectives. And without farmer collectives, it's very challenging to handle Indian agriculture problems on small farms level. So we have now different farmer collective format in country. The traditional cooperative structure, most of the cooperative societies or cooperative organizations which are registered under Cooperative Act of different states. So that is a traditional format. Then self-help groups of small farmers which are promoted by NABARD or different organizations since last around 20 to 30 years. That is one another format. And then the new generation farmer producer company, which is a modern version of traditional cooperative. That is one another format to create a farmer collective in country. So the 100% farmer owned and operated organizations, which in the format company format, all these companies are now as known as farmer producer company. So this is I think now important factor in Indian agriculture now to make the farming profitable as a small and marginal farmer. in all circumstances, whatever the circumstances, but how to make farming profitable. I think that is a big challenge, which is now we can address through this farmer producer company model. Another important factor of creating the farmer producer company is to create integrated crop commodity specific value chains, whether it is any horticulture commodity or oil seed commodity or any cereal pulses commodity or any other commodity. But in every commodity, we know that now we need to have a complete integrated value chain approach, like milk value chain, which have given very good results in last 60-70 years period. It's value chains like Amul or Nandini or Gokuling, Maharashtra. There are multiple such value chains which are created by small and marginal farmers in the in the form of traditional cooperatives. So same format which we need to now implement in other commodities. So this is actually the purpose of farmer producer company. Currently, we know that more than 7,000 plus new farmer producer companies are they are existing in India. Government of India announced now a new other 10,000 farmer producer companies will be registered or will be forming different agriculture commodities in coming 5 years period to boost agriculture sector. For that, now NABARD, ACPC, NCDC, NAFED, all different agencies, they are taking a lead to promote a new farmer producer company in India. Different programs are now run by all these agencies to implement this the state central government's 10,000 FPC program. Along with the central government, a lot of state governments are also taking initiative to create such farmer collectives in the form of cooperative, traditional cooperative, or also in the farmer producer company concept. Then community-based business organization program is also executed to create and strengthen the new farmer producer company. So to support all these farmer producer company in the initial period, then the support organization is required, and the CBBO program is actually considered under different government programs to strengthen these new FPCs. Agriculture research or education extension activities, extension agencies are also engaged in strengthening this movement. Everybody, whether it is a state government or central government agriculture institutes, all are now giving support to this movement. And because of that, in last 4 or 5 years period, we have seen that more than 7,000 plus farmer producer companies are registered in country. In different states, there are a few programs, like in Maharashtra, we have a SMART project, Magnet project, with the help of World Bank and Asian Development Bank for creating the different crop specific value chains owned by farmer. And in that also, a lot of farmer producer companies are newly established, and also existing farmer producer companies are strengthened under different programs. So though there are a lot of farmer producer companies are registered and a lot of movement is happening in this sector, but currently the situation is that a lot of farmer producer companies are struggling to sustain or to grow in the right way. So there are multiple aspects behind this issue. We need to understand all the issues in perfectly or in detail, that why these FPCs are not able to sustain and grow. One important factor is a leadership factor. A lot of the farmer producer company are facing this issue, that the FPC directors or the senior management is actually from the farmer himself. As we know that farmer producer company is 100% owned by farmer, so director also from the farmer community. So and most of these leaderships are having the issue with the vision, and also having the few leadership having the issue with the intention. So the lack of vision and growth mindset, that is one big issue, which is actually making the farmer producer company some hurdles, and also allowing them to grow further. The gaps in farmer producer company leadership to understand the potential in agriculture sector, why we have created the farmer producer company, and how we can tap the different opportunities in agriculture sector. On that, the leadership is having the understanding gap, and there most of the leaderships is actually focusing on only grabbing the government subsidy, or just focusing on the to getting the government subsidies. So the professional mindset, that is the one big gap in most of the farmer producer companies leadership. Then the farmer producer company leadership is not actually getting the trust with the member farmers for creating the capital, and also to get the farmers contribution in different farmer producer company activity. So that to create the trust within the member, I think that is the one big issue at most of the farmer producer company level. A lot of farmer producer companies are registered with the one promoters initiative, having just 11 or 15 members, and they are working like a private organizations, and the other farmers they are not having the trust on the organization. So that is a big issue. FPC's lack of ability to design effective business plan, and that's actually making most of the FPC's loss-making organization. So, and in the first period, 1 or 2 years period, if they are making losses, obviously then nobody is ready to trust on the organization, and that's why then the vulnerability in business continues with the organization, and instead of making the change on the individual farmers farm, so that organization itself become one another problem, and that's why then the member farmers then they are not ready to take interest in the organization. FPC lacks a professional and strategic approach to run a social enterprise, resulting in making the business mistakes. A lot of business mistakes are made just because of the unprofessional approach, due to the no strategic approach is there, and that actually makes a lot of mistakes in the initial period, and then it happens in the loss, and that's again a big issue. And because of this unprofessional approach, then without effective business plan, the FPCs are also not getting the right market, or also not getting the right finance from the bank. Banks are not willing to trust on the organization, and then because of that, then finance also one becomes a major hurdle for FPCs. So FPC leadership lacks continuous support in the initial period. So mentor or the support organization, the role in FPC development is an important factor. So in FPC movement, we don't have such ecosystem where the FPC will get continuous support in the initial period on different level, whether it is on the professional management development, or the market linkage development, or the strategic planning, business planning, and also to get the right access to the finance. So for that, some support system is required. So that is actually that such a support system is lacking in the farmer producer company movement. The important factor for the further growth of farmer producer company is that this movement is not properly positioned. Most of these FPC programs or the different government initiatives are actually positioned as a subsidy program. A lot of FPCs are registered or the established just to get the government subsidy, or whatever the basic support government is giving to them under a different program. They are just focusing on such a subsidy amount. Instead of that, the organization need to have proper positioning as an enterprise, that they have created to create a proper enterprise, a proper business model for their member. So this proper positioning is actually is one big gap, and that we need to address properly. Specific challenges, we know that in that capital is one big challenge. Lacking of financial literacy is an important issue with most of the FPCs. They don't have the proper understanding of the financial tools or financial management, how to create the basic capital, how to raise funds from the bank, then how to attract other financial options towards our FPC. So all that actually that on that front there is a big issue. That's currently the capital is raised through the members only. Basic capital that 1,000 rupees per share per person, like that capital is only available to the member, most of the FPCs. And through that, the basic capital they are creating between 5 to 10 lakh only. And along with that, then the government support from different in the form of grant and also in the form of some loans. That is the one option. And third option is to get the loans from the bank. So I think on this front, most of the FPC are struggling. That the basic capital itself is a very small, and that's why that then the creating a proper value chain or proper business model that becomes a challenge. So to how to solve this problem, how to create a strong capital base, how to get a strong paid up capital from the member itself. So on this front, a lot of FPCs are struggling. So that probably need to address. Then identification of the capital requirement, how much capital is really required for our sustainable business and for the complete ecosystem creation at different level, how much capital is required at post service level, at supply chain level, at market level. So that identification is actually a one big issue. And that's why they are just focusing, most of the PCs are focusing on the basic activities, just to focus on the input activity or basic purchasing and primary processing activity. On this line only, most of the APCs are working. So accordingly, according to the capital availability, they are planning their business model. Actually, it should happen in the different way. It should happen in the another way, that the APC should have the proper business model. They should have the clear vision on the what is their actual need to create a complete ecosystem from their members' production side challenges to post service and marketing. And on that, based on that business model, then the capital requirement should be worked out, and then accordingly capital should be created through different sources. So that is not happening currently. FPCs don't have strong and long-term business plan. So that is related to the same issue. Currently, outside investment is not allowed in the FPC movement. At FPC level, only a farmer can become a shareholder, and only farmer can have shares in the organization. So capital is created through the internal farmer member source only. So outside capital is not currently allowed in a farmer producer company. So that is again one big challenge, that one side farmer is not having capital. They are having just basic shares like 1,000 or 5,000 rupees. And on the bigger capital which is required is not possible to raise through other sources. So for that, the statutory some provision is one big challenge. Member farmers' faith on leadership is also related to these capital issues. As a promoter who is taking the lead to form the organization, on that whether members are having faith or not, that is directly related to the capital creation. And as we know that in rural area, this is a common issue. Most of the promoters who are taking the lead, if they are connected with any other movement, political movement, or any other any social movement, then the farmers they are linking all that leadership's his thought with the organization's growth. Whether that leader is taking initiative to create organization for his political purpose or other reason. So that actually creating a faith issue with the members, and that's why they are not ready to put capital in organization. Then the share amount, whether it should be 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees. So that is actually, and also whether it should be on the member per member basis, or it should be on the land basis. So that is actually not properly work out. Most of the FPCs are giving issuing shares to one person, one share on that basis, and that share amount is also around between 500 to 1,000 rupees. Instead of that, actually the share should be given to the member based on their land holding. If the one person is having 1 acre land, it means he should get one share. And if somebody is having 4 acre land, then he should get the 4 acre land, because the FPC is created to handle the produce coming from the farmer members' acreage. And if any infrastructure or any ecosystem is created to handle the produce, so that in that the contribution should come based on the farmer's acreage. So that approach is actually needed to create the capital. The human capital is an important factor. Talent, how can I attract towards a farmer producer company? So that is one big challenge currently because of the small capital base and because of the basics, the strength of farmer producer companies. They are not they cannot afford professional talent with the existing financial their strength, and without professional talent, it's very difficult to solve the different problems. So to how to attract the talent towards rural area, towards the agriculture movement, I think that is the one important address challenge we need to address. Qualified youth, specifically from the agriculture sector, agriculture graduates, how can attract towards farmer producer company movement. So that this problem need to address. Currently, we know that the qualified youth, they don't feel or they don't see any career opportunity in agriculture or in farmer producer company movement. Currently, government is supporting to CO salary under different programs, but for other positions, there is no support from the under the government program schemes. So that is actually one issue need to address. Conflict between FPC leadership and well-educated professional overwork. So that is again an issue. The FPC leaders actually they are mainly from the farming background, and how to handle the professionals and how to address their different issues, and also how they can mix with the farming leaders and also with the community. So I think that this issue is also properly need to address, and that's why then the most of the professionals, they are actually keeping themselves away from the farmer producer company movement. Talenting different area along with farm production in different challenges like post-harvest management, supply chain, or marketing, HR, account, finance. So all these from this sector or from this area, we need to have talent in the farmer producer company movement. As farmer producer company is a complete ecosystem. It's not just a production farm production activity. It is actually an ecosystem from production to the post-service to the supply chain and up to the consumer marketing. So obviously the talent from the different having the different expertise from the different sector, that how can bring in the farmer producer company. That is one big point in farmer producer company's success. So agriculture sector is not having glamour like other sector. So this issue, if we solve properly, that agriculture is no more now just a way of life. It's purely a professional business, and in this business there are multiple opportunities, and also there is a huge career possibilities. Bright career is possible in agriculture ecosystem also. I think that message need to go in the youth, agriculture, specifically agriculture youth, and that will help to bring the talent in a farmer producer company movement. One along with capital and talent, market organized market linkages is also one big challenge at the farmer producer company level. So that leadership's ability to understand market and its opportunity. So that this is the one important factor. Most of the farmers or the FPC leaders, they are focusing on just ex-farm sale. They are through only with the APMC sale, and they have used to do all the marketing in traditional way in APMC. So currently, that is a one channel, and to sell to the government programs or under government's different procurement programs. So on that, most of the FPCs are actually focusing as their marketing channel. We need to understand that marketing means reaching up to the consumer instead of just focusing on B2B trade. How we can reach directly to the consumer. So that aspect I need to properly address. Also, the how we can get the premium from the market. Accordingly, the marketing strategies need to develop at farmer producer company level. Most of the farmer producer company, they want to play safe. They are not ready to take risks, as they don't have trust on the traders, buyers, and also the developing the relationship with the strong international buyers or with the institutional buyers. So there actually farmer producer companies are not ready to take risks, and that's why their market is not expanding, and that actually then restrict to develop the business also. Most of the FPCs are focusing on single crop, and in that again, if the crop is having seasonal nature, then the limited revenue cycle is developed, and again the business is not generating the sufficient revenue to run the organization, and that actually makes the business more vulnerable. Member farmers' rigidness to go for alternative cropping pattern, and also having the year-round operation. So that is again one issue. In most of the area, farmers are having either one crop or two crops per year, and at a farmer producer company level, then the most of marketing activities happening just for 2 to 3 months or maximum for 6 months, and then the remaining period that marketing team or the infrastructure created at APC level, that remains unused, and again that is also creating a burden on the overall ecosystem. Inefficient marketing system is actually making them losses, and also putting the pressure on the individual farmers' net return. FPC not afford to do the multiple markets, or they are also not ready to visit a different global market. They are not ready to explore the different markets, and that's why actually marketing activity is remaining limited to the certain channels only. Working capital in most of the commodities, specifically in oil seeds or in cereals or in pulses, where huge stock requirement is there. So working capital requirement becomes one important factor while doing the marketing. If you have the proper working capital, then you can have a proper stock and then the year-round sales channel that you can create. So for that, but the working capital need to be strong. Then the proper infrastructure to hold the produce. That if you have the proper storage facilities, warehouse facilities, where crop coming in the season is properly stored, and then it is actually sold throughout the year, then you can have the proper marketing control, and also you can have control on your buyers to on the price side, and also on the regular consistent supply side. So important factor, one another important factor at the leadership level. I think this is a crucial factor to make the FPC farmer producer company successful, and to grow the farmer producer company in the right way. So the leaders, the promoters' intention, his vision, and his capability. I think these three factors are crucial for the FPC success. If the promoter's intention is wrong, then whatever the government support will come, whatever the members' involvement will be there. But then if the intention itself is wrong, then organization, farmer producer company definitely will stuck up at a different level. That organization will be used by the promoter for his individual purpose, and then the FPC's automatically growth will stagnant due to the promoter's intention issue. Promoter should have the proper vision why this organization has created, why he's leading the organization, and what is the future of organization. On that, promoter's views or his vision is very important. Also, the capability of the promoter, whether they are having a proper technical skills or the management capabilities. So I think that are the important factor for the FPC movement's success. Most of the promoters are having short-term vision. They are just focusing on the getting the basic subsidies and also on the basics from their internal political or any other their basic goals, and that's why actually the APCs are registered on the paper itself only. They are not moving further. Promoters' business acumen and entrepreneurship, his qualification or his skills is an important factor to make the APC successful. Whether it is on the market side or also on the capital creation side, and also the proper risk taking side. I think all these different levels, leadership's capability, that is an important factor for the APC success. Considering all these challenges at different level, now we need to understand how the APC movement need to develop in country. APC development or APC formation, it is not a challenge, or it is not actually our target. Our target is to create a value chains in different crops like Amul, what they have created in milk. So thus in different commodities, how we can create a complete ecosystem or the complete value chain, which will be owned by farmers. And that's why if it is owned by farmer, then it should be owned by the farmer organizations. And that's why value chain, commodity specific value chain, that is actually the ultimate goal. And that's why if it is owned by farmer, then farmer producer company is the must in overall structure. So basic understanding about ecosystem is important for solving the different problems. So individual farmer who is not capable to solve problems, if they are coming together under a farmer producer company model, and as a farmer producer company, if they are taking lead to create a complete value chain in that their particular crops, then that will really a game changer, and that can create a big impact on the overall farmers' income, sustainable incomes, and also to grow the Indian agriculture in the right way. So basically, the farmers, if they are coming together under different farmer producer company as a 400, 500 farmers, and the producer company, again, if they are coming together to create a aggregate structure as a market driver or as a post service driver, then through this farmer producer company and the farmer producer company federation, proper end-to-end model we can explore in every commodity like milk. So just as an example, this is a case in Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, we have 1.36 crore farmers who are growing different crops from soybean or other oilseed crops to different the crops like cotton and some pulses or horticulture crops. So all these farmers, if we want to make proper ecosystem in different crops, they need to bring under different farmer producer company. Every farmer, how we can make the member of in one organized value chain. So that should be focused, and accordingly, if all these farmers are actually bring under different farmer producer company, so it means then only in Maharashtra we need at least 13,000 to 14,000 farmer producer company, and all these farmer producer company again need to bring under a proper value chain, and for that at least 600 to 700 different crop specific value chains we need to develop in Maharashtra. So the farmer, then the FPC, and then the value chain all are actually need to develop in a proper ecosystem. And if the farmer is becoming integral part of the ecosystem or the value chain, and if he's actually owning the organization or owning the value chain, and also is controlling the organizations and running the organizations, then the real benefit at value chains different level will come back to the farmer. There are some proven cooperative models in different commodities. Amul is a well-known already example in our country in milk sector. There are few some globally known examples like JCP Kiwi, which is a New Zealand-based cooperative company, or Fruit Master, which is a Netherlands-based 100-year plus company. All these companies are owned by farmer, and they have one brand. They are selling all their product under one brand. Complete ecosystem, production, post-service and marketing is created and handled by farmer and so owned by farmer. So all these successful examples, they have given the right direction that where we need to move forward. So now on the same line, if we want to create more such strong, sustainable and strong globally recognized value chains, we need to have some focus on at different level. So the government's focus also now need to on the creation of the community-wise federation instead of just creating the farmer producer company. If the community-wise federation focus will come from the government, and accordingly we'll have the budget for creating the strong commodity-wise federation brands which will be recognized in the global market. So I think then it will be a right approach. While allocating the funds or designing schemes, our governments mainly focuses on maximum how to improve maximum beneficiaries. But instead of that, if we have the focus on impact, how we can have the impact on the overall ecosystem, instead of creating the multiple structures, multiple organizations, few organizations, but impactful organizations, that actually should be the focus. And if that will be focused in proper way, that as a ecosystem like Amul, we have to create such multiple ecosystems which will compete in the global market. Then that will have the right benefit to the farmers, and it will create a real impact on the overall Indian agriculture. CBO kind of support programs is definitely is a good program, but that need to redefine. Currently, most of the CBOs are NGOs or that type of structures, and NGOs are not having the business understanding. They are not business organizations, so they have expertise in some part of the value chain. Definitely for the capacity building of the farmers, or to organize some farmers at basic level. So all these strength or skills are available at NGO level, but as a commercial enterprise, how to build structures, how to handle different challenges on the post-harvest market side. So that type of skills are not available with the NGO. So CBO should be professional organization, as farmer producer companies are professional organizations. They are not just social organizations. They are social commercial organizations. So CBO should be selected based on their professional expertise, based on their professional knowledge, and some their proven some such professional organization creation experience. So on that basis, CBO program need to redefine. Like different startup system, incubation or acquisition program need to develop for the farmer producer company movement, and at incubation acceleration center, we should have the proper fund to support the such organizations. Every farmer producer company need to support at least for the 3 years period through the proper incubation activity, and for that incubation programs should have adequate fund arrangement through the government programs. Government's intervention market issue, that is already central government has took action on that line, but we know that unfortunately government actually took all their decisions back due to the pressure from the farmer committee side itself. But I think government's intervention to improve the different market systems and different currently the traditional market systems. So that is an important factor, and government must take actions on that front. Currently, FPCs are allowed to raise capital through the member only, but the external investment, like other startups, agri-tech startups, FPC also can create external investment. So on that line also, government need to focus. There we need some amendment on the in the farmer producer company law, and if the additional external investment is also allowed in farmer producer company, that will definitely help to boost the farmer producer company movement. In CBB program, along with the CBB salary, other key position support is also required. Farmer producer company movements object should not the FPC number, but it should have the impact on the farmer families, and accordingly the capital should be created from the farmer. Currently, there are a lot of infrastructure available in the country, whether it is a part of any other scheme or any other it's owned by government. So such infrastructures, if will allow to the farmer producer company to utilize on rent basis, so that definitely will help a farmer producer company to in the initial period to working better way to improve the efficiency. Government should assure bankers who will support the farmer producer company. The agriculture infrastructure fund is already created by government, and through that bankers are providing farmer producer company finance for post harvest and other activities. But in that government will put some specific instruction to the bank that without mortgage or without any strong capital, still bank are putting support to the FPC. So that will help farmer producer company to move forward in the initial period. Along with the government, corporate also should come forward to support the incubation center or such kind of CBB activities which are taking lead to create a farmer producer company. So corporate fund is also one important factor that will help farmer producer company incubation program in the initial period. Then the expert from the various sector, whether it is from the marketing or the from the different other skills like logistics, post harvest, they should come forward to support farmer producer company as a volunteer. So that will also help farmer producer company movement. I think these are two important slides which are important. I will finish on these two slides: leadership and also the key important factor of farmer producer company. So the leadership having the qualities like clear intention, clear social values, then the also having the ownership. So I think this is the important factor for the farmer producer company. So the key focus should be on the leadership development for the farmer producer company movement, with the clear understanding of risk management, conflict management, and then the team building, then how to make the strategic thought process. Also the leadership who is focusing on the sales development, mindfulness. So I think this is a key area we need to address as a agriculture community, as a agriculture universities or as ICAR. How we can create such leadership qualities in our agriculture youth. I think this is the important factor. And then the overall farmer producer companies different pillars. So as a farmer producer company, all the leadership and also the support organizations like CBB or the governments, they should have the focus on all the different pillars in equal manner, whether it is finance or the farm operation or post-service management, market, technology, innovation, then the government, different compliances, and human capital. So all these factors need to address in equal manner. If we are just focusing on the farm operation or just on the one market part, it's not going to serve the purpose. The complete focus on all the pillars in equal manner is a real game changer. And along with the clear, honest leadership, with the real thought process leadership, all these proper pillars are focused in a proper way. I think then definitely we'll have the lot of successful examples in farmer producer company ecosystem in coming years period. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vilas, for this, for sharing your experience in raising a company from the scratch to a 600 crore company, the Sayadri farm. So, and connecting more than 6,000 farmers, really it's a great job which you have done in the field of horticulture. And I think this can pave the way for other farmers. This can pave the way for other FPOs, FPCs to take experience from you. May I request you to also please share something about your company, Sayadri Farms, in 2 minutes.
Sir, Sayadri Farmers Producer Company is establishing 2010-11 with a clear vision that we have to create a complete ecosystem in horticulture sector like milk. So as a grape growers, we came together in Nasik area, and this organization we building last 10 years period as an integrated value chain owned by farmer. And the journey started with grapes. In initial period, we focus only on grapes. Currently, we have 700 plus farmers in the main company as a owner, and also we have 25 different farmer producer company as a shareholder of our main company. And with this structure, we are now having 13,000 farmers as a part of our value chain, and 25,000 plus acreage horticulture crop area is handled as a one integrated value chain under Sayadri Farms brand. Sayadri is having presence in almost 42 countries. We are exporting our grapes to different European countries, Gulf countries, along with grapes, different fruit and vegetable processed products like some pulps, frozen vegetables that are also exported to different countries. Currently, Sayadri is doing around 1,000 ton per day fruit and vegetable handling in fresh and processed form. For that, we have created a 100-acre campus in last 6 years period. Around 250 crores investment has done for creating the different infrastructure. So at that our common infrastructure facility, we have all the facilities from basic soil water testing facility, nursery facilities, input availability center, the farmer facility center, then nurseries, test plots, different variety development programs. Along with that, skill development activity, training facility, and then we also have a post-service facility in the same campus where fresh and process fruit and vegetable activity is happening, and then the trade for the export market and in the domestic market. So the complete ecosystem we have created in last 10 years period for horticulture crops.
So are you taking any subsidy also from the government for any of your activity?
First 7 years period, we have not taken any government grant or any support. But in last 3 years period, now there are some infrastructure we develop with the help of Ministry of Food Processing. Some agri-processing cluster scheme of Ministry of Food Processing that has implemented in the last 3 years period in the campus.
So what kind of message you want to give for the agriculture universities? Said what kind of incubation centers or what kind of training, entrepreneurship training we should give to the students? Or what kind of changes we need to make in the curriculum?
Basically, in
Because
our
you
agriculture
are a student,
universities,
because you are also a student of MPKV Rahuri,
yes, sir.
and you are a postgraduate from that university, being agriculture graduate. I think you can just share your experience in this, please.
Basically, our universities, they are creating the graduates for most of the students for the jobs only. So as an entrepreneur, as a professional, we can develop them, whether they are professionals as a farmer or as a any ecosystem stakeholder, as a processor or as a marketer, but they should have agriculture purely as a their full-time profession, as a entrepreneur, how they can treat themselves. So to develop that entrepreneur mindset, I think on that university should focus now, and also the approach towards agriculture, that the end-to-end approach or the integrated value chain approach, that actually we need to teach our students that agriculture is not is not just one problem. There are multiple problems which we need to address with focus from one point. So the integration, I think that is a crucial factor which we need to teach our student. So we are actually learning every subject as a specialty subject, but still that we need to understand from the integration point of view. So that these thoughts should come in our agriculture universities in a different study material, and also in every course. Entrepreneur mindset and then the integration. I think these are the two crucial factors we need to focus in our university.
Thank you, Mr. Vilas. Now, may I request the audience. Arpit, can you just unmute all? And then let us see if somebody has to.
Sir, I done it.
Yeah, please. Professor R.B. Singh, sir, you have anything to say? You can unmute yourself. You can unmute, sir. Yeah, please.
Am I okay now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Agrawal. First of all, I must congratulate the distinguished speaker today, Shinde ji, for a very comprehensive presentation, giving the success stories of Maharashtra. And at the same time, you gave the very high, in great details, the various challenges, gaps, and the way forward. This is where I think it's very comprehensive. Also, your advice to the universities, including the curriculum development and also the interaction that one could have with the farmers' cooperatives and so on. Well, I can see a few messages that I may like to summarize, which will be something to probably help in our proper reorientation. It's very clear from this very presentation that the scale of economy through collectives, through the various kinds of collectives, is to ensure low input, high output agriculture. And this is the need of the day, low input, high output agriculture through collectives. And it has been shown very clearly it can be done. Second thing which emerged is the professionalism. Professionalism in managing the value chain. Value chain is the key word, and value addition along the value chain by various stakeholders is the way forward, which I think is yet another very strong message. The third thing that I feel is an extremely important thing is the power of synergy has to be explored in a trustworthy manner, the collaborators to be breeding trust with each other, and they should not be. I mean, it also emerged that excessive subsidy or loan waiving and so on and so forth is not the way. The way is to really get indulged in the process, generate the capital, be with the system, and try to take it forward. This is a message for everyone, for the government, for the farmer, and everyone. The other important message is that a small can be beautiful, and a small must be made beautiful, and therefore the smallholder farmer must be empowered for both social, that is the inclusive development, and economic development through collective adoption of scientifically proven technologies, and not by hearsay, this or that. And through establishing linkages with the markets with emphasis on quality and minimization of waste and standard setting. These were the messages which Mr. Shinde gave. He also gave a very important role for the entrepreneurs, how the enterprises could be managed, the entrepreneurs, the role of entrepreneurs in building New India, startups really for building Atmanirbhar Bharat. And this, I think, is yet another important message which is necessary for increasing the efficiency, for doubling farmers' income, as well as for capturing and properly managing, investing the capital in overall development. Finally, I will say, we have to adopt an agri-food ecosystem approach, which is knowledge-based, which is science evidence-based, which is also faithfully implemented along the entire value chain. And this faithfulness of proper implementation is a serious gap. And if that implementation gap is taken care of, I think Atmanirbhar Bharat is already there. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
for the
sir.
opportunity. And again, Dr.
Thank you.
Shinde, Mr. Shinde, for a wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
learn
sir.
from the Maharashtra stories. The whole country should learn from the Maharashtra stories. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, may I request DG ICAR and Secretary there, Dr. Mohapatra, to give his concluding remarks, please.
Dr. Agrawal, thank you very much, but it's not required. Professor R.B. Singh has already, summarized so well, and has given his remarks. I don't think it's required. And but I can say just 2-3 sentences. One, thank you, Vilas ji, for an excellent presentation and agreeing to our request to be part of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav lecture series. So we all enjoyed. My colleagues and staff, everybody who are here attending this program, I'm sure it was quite enriching. Based on your own experience, you have placed before us not only the APO story, but going beyond. And you have given so many points for action for all of us, and more so for the government. One is that your success story is path-breaking. It's a beautiful example for the country. And the success of Sahyadri has been at the base of many decisions which are being taken. Sahyadri speaks for more such organizations to be formed. And you have highlighted how many are required for Maharashtra, for instance. So imagine this whole country. So how many FPOs would be required? So government effort to form 10,000, and you say 7,000 are already there. So 10,000 obviously is small, but it's a big step in that direction.
Right.
This need to be really capitalized. If we form these 10,000 more, and in future there would be many such 10,000s coming by way of state government's efforts on their own, and also farmers coming together to form on their own for their own benefit. As you have said, that how beneficial the FPO is to the farmers as a group, how they are empowered and how their bargaining power increases, and all those points you have highlighted. I think they're all lessons for everyone who are trying to form new FPOs. You have also highlighted the requirements of the current set of FPOs and the future FPOs for their success in terms of the kind of support they require, whether it is the buyers, issues with the buyers or banks or with the technology, various things that you have highlighted. I think they are very, very important. I thought I will speak only for 3 sentences, but I have crossed that. So you have highlighted many issues. I believe we should be taking note of that, Dr. Agarwal. And a separate note can be placed for all of us to deliberate and take action on those points. I believe there are many, many points highlighted by Vilas ji relevant to us as an organization. We should work on those immediately without any delay. Then formulate specific action points and implement those immediately. Okay? So I think that would be most valuable contribution of today's lecture. And certainly we would have more interaction with you, Vilas ji.
Sure,
And
sir.
also
Sure.
with other such FPOs to understand in more detail the issues and concerns which can be discussed, also can be placed before the government, appropriate departments of the government for necessary action. Today's lecture certainly highlights at least some of those issues. You have placed quite elaborately the issues and problems. So hopefully that would be the good starting point for us to move. So with this, I thank you for being part of this lecture series.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And wish you all the very best. So
Thank you.
Any kind of support you need from ICAR. So let me tell you very clearly that you can directly write to me.
Right,
and
sir.
you need any kind of support and in engagement or involvement with ICAR, whatever level, whether KVK or our institution and some technology expertise or whatever. So we will be extremely happy to partner with Sahyadri. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your support, sir.
Sahyadri should rise high and should go to 6,000 crore from 600 crore and shortest possible time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your blessings.
The objective. And we would provide all support, whatever is required,
Sure.
and whatever within our reach. So wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your message and for summarizing this. And thank you, Vilas ji, for giving us a message that we have to focus more on the enterprise programs for the agriculture business. And a lot of other key points you have suggested to us. And that's what the Secretary and Secretary Dare and DG ICAR has told, that we need to collaborate more with you. And we have to really work on the suggestions which we have suggested, which you have highlighted. So we have taken a note of all those points. And in future, we'll also try to take your help in the how we have to help the students in entrepreneurship skills, development of all these kind of skills, so that they become more job creators, which is our motto, not the job seekers. And with that, I also thank Professor R.B. Singh for giving his viewpoints, and also to all the esteemed audience. There were 180 at one point of time, and all the vice chancellors, the directors, everybody who attended this lecture today. Because of certain reasons, we have to change the link at the last moment. So I'm sorry for that. And thanks once again. The next lecture is, I hope, on 24th of January. So stay connected with us for this important lecture series. Thank you once again. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you.
Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you.